capital of Hungary, a combination of the towns Buda, Óbuda, and Pest. Jews began living in Buda by the end of the 13th century. Each of the three cities that were combined had separate Jewish communities of their own. When they were combined, the Jewish communities were still separate. Budapest as a whole was formed in 1873. Welfare and communal institutions in this community included hospitals, the Hungarian Jewish Crafts and Agricultural Union, the Pest Jewish Women's Club, an orphanage for girls, an orphanage for boys, the Deaf and Dumb Institute, and the Blind Institute. 6-year-old János Koenig stands in a courtyard and sings in Budapest, Hungary in 1935. He was born in 1929, and when he was 15, he was forced to work as a laborer for the Germans. Because of the hard work he was forced to do, he became ill and was bedridden for months. By the time he was better, the war was over, and he was able to go to displaced persons camp in 1947. In my photo, I am singing a solo at the Ramaz annual dinner. I am a student at the Ramaz Middle School. This performance is taking place in front of about 1,000 people, including my parents and all my teachers. Back in the photo of the little boy, it is easy to tell that he is not afraid to show off his talent, just as I am not nervous in front of a crowd to sing. Before the war, the Jews played a prominent role in Budapest's economic development. Therefore, they could afford to go on vacations, such as in this photo. This is a photo of members of the Kornhauser family posing on the beach at Lake Balaton near Budapest. In this picture, there is Andrei Kornhauser, who is holding János and Tamás in his arms. Below them is Lily. It was taken in 1929 to 1930. This is a photo of my two sisters, Sarah and Rebecca, and me at the beach on family vacation in the year 2006. We are standing in front of the Atlantic Ocean. It seems as if our lives at the time were almost the same. We are both spending time on the beach as a family with big smiles on our faces. The clothes we are wearing are different, but not by much. I can never forget how happy I was and excited that I got to play games with my sisters on the beach. This is a photo of a Jewish wedding in Hungary. It is the portrait of Paula and Albert Friedman. This was taken in 1930 to 1935. This couple was killed during the Holocaust in a concentration camp. This is a photo of my parents, Randy and Mitch Krevitt, at their wedding. Both women in the two photographs are wearing traditional white gowns, and the men are wearing tuxedos. My mother and Paula Friedman are wearing white veils, and my father and Albert Friedman both have something to cover their heads. These traditions haven't changed. When people get married, it is one of the most exciting days of their lives. It is the day that you get to begin the rest of your life with the one you love. That's why these two photos are not so different. In 1796, they built a conservative congregation, and in 1913, the synagogue of the Orthodox congregation was built. Many weddings took place in both of these shuls. From this project, I have learned that although our lives today are very different from the lives of the people in the photos I have chosen, there are some things that were almost exactly the same. The people in Budapest before the Holocaust loved to sing, they enjoyed going on vacation and having a good time with their families, and even weddings were still almost exactly the same. It's somewhat shocking to see that their lives could go from one day being completely normal and for them to be perfectly happy to another day it's switching just like that. It opens up my eyes to see how grateful I must be for everything that I have in my life and not to take anything for granted.